Hey folks, it's William with All Solar Texas. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. We specialize in custom solar and energy independent systems for homeowners all across Texas. So today we're going to be breaking down what are some of the primary concerns that I have as we head into this potentially record-setting winter in Texas. Stay tuned. All right, we are just wrapping up a record-setting season for heat here in Texas with the summer 2023. We're now in fall. We've seen some abnormally high temperatures, but don't let that fool you. As we head into the winter, which starts here in December, we have some real threats to the Texas grid. Primarily, number one, is ERCOT months ago forecasted that there would be a supply shortage to meet the demand for electric consumption, which simply means that they don't think that we're going to be able to generate enough electric capacity over the winter months to supply everything that people are going to be needing. So that's going to be electric heat pumps, furnaces, standard electrics, just anything that requires electricity, whether or not you're a commercial customer or you are a residential customer. They anticipate that there's going to be a shortage. So number two, what they did to try to do about that is they went out to what's called zombie plants, which are power plants that maybe have not been activated in a few years. Power plants are very expensive. Some power plants rely on coal to fuel generation for electricity, which then gets dumped on the grid that ERCOT purchases. Others it's natural gas, and then others it's renewable energies. And we have a very broad portfolio of electric generation facilities here. But some of these older plants were shut down for a myriad of reasons, mainly cost. It's very expensive to keep these plants maintained and to keep them up and operating. You're looking at personnel, you're looking at systems, you're looking at security, you're looking at fuel. It's a very expensive process. So many of these plants have been shut down for some time, and ERCOT went out to procure 3 megawatts in additional electric capacity to help meet the supply and offset that demand. So they put out this RFP, which is a request for proposal, and guess what? Nobody responded. None of these plants showed up. None of these generating stations or generating companies even bid on this project. Now, normally what ERCOT will do is they will put out a request for proposal to say, hey, generating stations, we want to procure an additional X amount of electricity to meet this demand for this period of time. Then these generating stations would bid on it, and then whoever wins, oftentimes it's more than one winner, they settle on a price, and then they agree to purchase that electricity from that generating supplier so that they could help manage it, dump it onto the grid through the utilities, and make sure that they're able to meet the supply. In this instance, nobody showed up. There's a lot of reasons for that, mainly cost. To restart these plants, it's very expensive. And so if there's not any long-term forecasted need for this electric demand, or if there's a lot of environmental regulations or other issues, permitting, zoning, that is requiring some of these generating stations to have to dump a huge capital investment just to get the thing up and running, they'll most likely just pass because it's not economical. But that's the second thing that kind of happened that's making me concerned about coming into this winter. The number 3 concern that I have here is we had a huge El Nino event that's been brewing off in the oceans. And so what we're expecting to see here, and I've checked this out with different meteorology sites, and you can feel free to do your own research as well, but we're anticipating above average rainfall, which is great for the drought. It's going to help us alleviate the drought conditions, but with all of that rainfall is additional storm and additional thunder, additional lightning, additional heavy rain season are all weather elements that is going to stress the grid. So you're looking at unreliable electricity, you're looking at grid outages, you're looking at down power lines, down power poles. It's going to be a mess. If we get a surge in storm activity, you can expect for sure this winter that you're going to be out of power at some point. And it may be a short duration, maybe you're just out for an hour, or it could be multi-day duration. It really depends on where these storms hit and how drastically they affect the grid in that area. Now, the silver lining of all this is we're not expecting the polar jet stream to dip down into Texas like we did back in 2021 with Winter Storm Uri. That was a freeze, and that froze a lot of the assets that are responsible for generating the electricity. We don't expect to see that this year. Now, could it happen? Absolutely. But all the forecasts, you could go check it out at NOAA, a lot of these websites, and these other folks that do meteorology have all predicted that we're not necessarily going to see a freeze, but we will see a surge in rain. So those are really the top three things that I think that are going to be a threat to the Texas grid. Now, what can you do about it? We provide custom energy independent whole home systems for residential and commercial customers. Bottom line is, if you don't have some sort of backup power, then you're going to be left to your own devices when it comes to power outages. So we specialize in generators, batteries, solar systems. We also can customize electric vehicle charging or whatever it is that you need to provide a whole home solution for your energy independence. That's what we have here at our home. That's what we offer for our customers. So reach out, give us a call. We're more than happy to just take questions if you have any concerns about this coming winter, whether or not you're ready for the winter, whether or not you have questions about how to winterize your home. We're more than happy to take those questions. Or if you would like us to take a look and design something for you so that you can consider maybe now's the right time to invest in a whole home energy backup system that will see you through some of these ebbs and flows as we head into a very uncertain winter here in Texas. All right, thank you so much for checking us out. Please subscribe, and until next time, thank you and God bless.